keep waking up here and no one is there. You would have to hold till I tear, so leave me right there.
So it's been some time now. We took a while doing this video. I think I've been getting, I guess, a little too comfortable with this quarantine life, just, being at home and chilling. And I've also been doing some Twitch stuff, so if you guys want to see me live playing some games, talking about K-pop or anything really, just make sure to tune in. twitch.tv/xautorod. I think another reason why I took a while making this video is I felt like it was gonna be like a long video, and we'll see once I edit it, but the thought of that made me be like it's like kind of like a drag, you know what I mean? The editing part's the only thing that I think I'm gonna kind of dread. But anyways, so basically, for one, this song is kind of like the third part of this concept that I've been trying to do. And it's basically, the first song, You, is about a breakup, right? Well, it's not really a breakup. It's more like accepting, like, it's better to not go back together, right? So from a past relationship. And then You and Me is about, I guess, meeting someone who is amazing. And, it's a happy song, a nice song. And you kind of trust, in the universe that that person's like the right person for you, right? And then this song called Me is kind of figuring out that, this person is so good that you start to basically look at your flaws and you start to realize that maybe you're not good enough for this person. And you kind of tell them, to let you go, because if you get stuck with me, it's not going to end well for the both of us because of me and my flaws, right? I do think that being with someone else isn't necessarily gonna give you all the happiness that you think that you're gonna get, and feeling kind of empty on your own, but you also don't want someone else to, I guess, have the consequences because of how you feel. So, I mean, at the end of the day, it's about loving yourself, even though the song isn't necessarily saying like love yourself. It's just kind of showing one side of how someone could feel. And I think it's very relatable, I'm sure, to a lot of people that think that they're just they're not enough, and I think that that's a common theme that maybe we don't necessarily pay attention to a lot. And BTS, for example, they've been doing a lot, like talking a lot about loving yourself, right? They've created a whole like series of albums talking about that, leading to that, right? Because I think it's something cheesy, I guess, that people don't really take seriously. I think me personally, listening to them has led me a lot to really reflect on what that means, you know what I mean? And kind of inspired me to do this concept with these songs. To some degree, I do feel this way, that I just feel like I don't have much to offer right now, to be in a relationship. And, I guess that's because of, insecurities, but it's also me like wanting to focus on myself, because I don't want to put any of the issues that I have into this relationship, you know what I mean? And, I hear a lot of like, oh, well, you can just work it out while you're in a relationship. And, that's totally true. And that's an option that people would like to take. But I guess this is also another option for me where, I'm choosing to focus on myself. And, if something happens, it happens. But at the same time, I kind of am glad that I'm single at this point, because there's a lot of growth and a lot of, learning that I need to do, I feel, in life for myself, before I really like, get into something. So the very first line of this song, it's all I have is space here, right? And that for me came from this show called Haina on the Keyboard. It's a Korean variety show, and it was basically a show about celebrities getting together, making songs, and their process. And I thought it was really cool. And there was one with Hwasa from Mamamoo, and she was saying how like when she's at home, she feels like all she has is space, like it's just her in space. For me, that line kind of hit me different, I guess. And I thought of it as in like everything else around them is just nothing, and it's just space, things that don't matter. And that sounds very sad, but that's the concept of this song, like really like digging in and thinking, that you're kind of hopeless and lost. I guess I wanted to make it like a little more acoustic. It ended up not being completely that. And this song is a lot about having trust issues too, because of these insecurities, like saying everywhere that I see an enemy is creeping in. Maybe I'm crazy and trust no one.
Never knew what to do, how to move on, where to move on, must be the one.
And this whole part is just like thinking that this is the right place to go, the right person to be with, but then you find out you're wrong. You know what I mean? It doesn't mean you're actually wrong. It just means that you feel like it's wrong just because of, how you feel about yourself in the end, right? And, the bridge, it says how to leave from there, pick up your bags and go where there's no one to hear me, right? Which is basically what this person ends up doing whenever something goes wrong, They just leave. They don't confront anything, you know what I mean? They just leave their problems. They run away from their problems, basically. But yeah, it's just kind of saying, literally, don't waste your time with me. But yeah, so, that's pretty much the song. And for concept picture, right? So for one, I wanted to be creative with the word me, right? I wanted to see how these letters could, be put together and things like that, And so I saw, the M and the E, and I wanted it to look like a balance, right? And for me, balance is very important, and I've tried to basically live my life that way recently with that concept in mind of balance is important and beneficial in one's life. And I was talking to a friend about this, and he was saying how, if there wasn't darkness, then light wouldn't be as good, And same thing with happiness and sadness, if there wasn't sadness, you couldn't really feel what happiness was, right? It would just be like one feeling. It would just be happiness. I don't know how that life would be, but I think it's very interesting to think about, And then also, the overall style of the picture, I wanted it to be similar to You and Me, with like a kind of like a block head thing. And then I also added whiskers because I wanted it to not look human, because that's kind of in a way of how this person could be feeling, right? That they have so many flaws that they think that they might not even be human. It's the right side when you look at it, right? But if that image is looking at you, right, it's the left side. The left side has different colors. I guess it kind of represents how, so my left eye, I have astigmatism, right? And I think that growing up, like I have glasses, right? And I think that I've always kind of felt like, I didn't look good in glasses. And honestly, I was supposed to wear them, once I got them in like elementary, and I would not wear them in elementary, middle school, high school. Like I haven't worn them out because I guess like I'm insecure about it, of how I look with them. And I know that, you know, my vision isn't going to get any better if I do that. So, you know, when I'm home, I do wear them, but I think that in the image, I was kind of thinking that that's where the flaws begin, I guess. Like that's one of the first things that maybe you don't see, but like I know. And you know, that's considered a physical flaw, right? You know, it's not a bad thing or anything. It's just wearing glasses, I think, is what I was, I guess, a little too hard on myself with that. Me, like a lot of people care about how they look, right? And that can lead them to feel bad about themselves if they don't like something about themselves, which is basically what it was or what it is. Because I guess I still feel a little insecure about it, but it's this journey of, you know, loving myself that I've been going through since, I guess, listening to BTS and, you know, their whole concept of, you know, love yourself. So yeah, that's pretty much it. If you want to catch me live on Twitch, check out my Twitch, check out my Instagram, check out the song for the lyrics, you know, because that's mainly what I'm trying to showcase. Not my voice, not the production, just the lyrics. So I'd really appreciate it if you went and did that for me. So thanks so much, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
You gotta just leave me right there.